Hello there. Faith, and if you couldn't tell, today I'm going to be painting on these shoes. So I bought these quite a while ago, actually. It was probably like 2 years ago now, maybe longer. And I bought them for the sole purpose to paint on them, but I still hadn't gotten around to it. And I've actually worn them a few times since I got them, so they're a little bit dirty. To clean them up a little. But I finally got some fabric paint, and I also have some slick paint. I don't know if I'll use it or not, but I have it just in case. And I'm going to paint on these. The thing is, I couldn't decide what I wanted to paint on them, so that's another reason why I've kind of been waiting. But then, like a few days ago, I was talking about it with one of my friends, and they gave me a good idea. So I think I know what I want to do now. Just have to prep them, and then I can get started painting. So yeah, I'm super excited. So let's do this. Okay, so first things first, I gotta take the laces out. So I did that, and then decided to try and clean them up a little bit. I just used some water and a paper towel, so it wasn't perfect, but it was better than it was, you know. And then the time for the tape. Gotta tape up all around so that you don't get paint where you don't want it to. And this actually took forever. Well, that's not helpful. Oh. What in the world? Oh, wow. I thought that my lamp, like the light bulb on my lamp just went out, but apparently the power went out. Cause what is going on? It just went out again. Okay, that's a little weird. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. The lights are back on now, so yay. Yeah, okay, so that actually ended up being because they were doing some work on the house, and they actually turned the power off. But I didn't know that, so I was very confused as to what was going on. Anyway, just finishing up the tape here so we can get started on the actual fun part. The paint job. Almost there. And there we go. Now we're ready for the paint, which this is actually new paint, so I had to open them up, and I had a few mishaps where they just wanted to explode out of the bottle, and here I am just sketching out what kind of what I want to do. This is actually going to be a Hobbit / Lord of the Rings theme. So on one side I'm sketching out like the Hobbit hole, and then on the other side is like a mountain, you know. And now I'm gonna paint. So here I am painting in the iconic Hobbit hole, green Hobbit hole, as I'm gonna do like a little painting of Bag End. So yeah, this is actually the picture I was basing it off of. So it was fun doing that. Okay, so that's something that I would like to know, like question of the day, I guess. Who is your favorite Lord of the Rings character or Hobbit character? If you've seen the movies or read the books. I absolutely love the movies and the books. They're all amazing, and I love all of the characters. If I had to pick from The Hobbit, I love Bilbo and Keely, and from The Lord of the Rings, I love Sam a lot. I don't know, he's just amazing. And I also like Legolas, Aragorn. I don't know, I love them all. It's so hard to choose. I don't really like Frodo that much though. So, yeah, I don't know, he just seemed like he was, I get that it was like he had the ring and it's a lot and everything, But he would have been so dead without Sam, okay? Sam was the true hero of this story, and I'm pretty sure Tolkien admitted that himself, so, you know. Anyway, here I am doing starting the mountain landscape, just blocking in the color and everything. And this is actually going to have one of my favorite quotes from the book over the top, which is, "Not all those who wander are lost." I had a lot of fun coming up with the designs for these shoes. Okay, you're gonna notice here in a second a background change. That's actually because, again, I started filming this as right before we were ended up having to leave the house again, and I was trying to film a little bit of it in my room before we left, but then that's just for a little bit, and then it goes back to the normal white background. So yes, and then I decided to paint the tongue of the shoe in the like dark gray, almost black color. And well, knew I wanted to do it a dark color because I was kind of thinking the laces are gonna be white, so I wanted it to like pop, you know. So that's what I ended up doing here. And then, yep, there's the background change. And I'm filling this in like an orange-ish tan type color, but just ignore that because I end up changing that later anyway. Yeah, these shoes were a lot of fun to paint. You might see more shoe painting videos in the future because it's really cool. I wasn't really thinking about the fact that they won't really go with that many outfits just because of the color scheme and I don't have that many clothes of like, I guess it's more like earth tones mostly and then greens. And I like wearing bright colors for the most part, but I don't know, I still love them and I'm still gonna wear them anyway. And then here I am painting the, not sure what this is called, like around the lace holes of the shoe. It took forever to like go around each one of those and try not to get the paint on them. I guess I could have taped that off too, but then that would have taken forever also. And it was just probably easier to just go around them. But yeah, I did them in a lighter gray color. I almost debated leaving one of them, like one gray and one white, but then I ended up just painting them both gray. And then I went in and tried to add some more detail to the hobbit hole, made that yellow darker, and adding in some more of the shrubbery and everything, bushes, Bilbo's garden, and trying to add more depth and color in there. And also added some flowers. Oh, and there we go, back to the normal background for this video. It stays this way for the rest of the time, just so you know. So I know that like bugs some people if it changes, and it honestly kind of bugs me too that some of it's not the same, but there wasn't really anything I could do about it. Here I am trying to add in like the brick. I think it's like bricks around the door and the windows. Trying to add in some of that detail. These shoes actually took so long. I think I worked on them over the course of 5 days. Which obviously it wasn't like all day those 5 days. It was probably like around 2 hours most of the time. I think overall it was probably almost 5 hours working on it all together. I'm not really sure exactly, but I know that it took quite a while. And I think it's just because, I don't know, I guess the designs, they were all pretty detailed for the most part, and I was trying to take my time and make it look good and everything. I am adding more detail to the mountainside, finishing up the sky, the clouds, and going back over it in the gray again because I felt like it needed another coat, and then I just kind of covered up everything that I did before, but you know, do what you gotta do. Um, Also, if you'd like to, comment down below what you would paint on your shoes if you decide to paint a pair of shoes. I went back and forth with so many ideas before I finally decided on one. Oh, and there I am putting the snow caps on top, on the peaks of the mountain. And then there I am going back over that tan color with the brown. I just thought that it would go better with like both the shoes all together, or both the shoes together. I wanted them to at least match somewhat, you know, since the designs on each side were different. I wanted at least some of it to be matching, so I did, and I thought those colors went well better with the other shoe because I was actually working on them both at the same time. But through the magic of editing, you get to see me complete one shoe at a time. So yeah, I'm just putting in some finishing details, adding some more flowers and things to the garden, touching up with the paint pen on the door and the windows, making it look a little more finished, and then sketching out where I wanted the words to be for the quote on the side. I actually really like how this side turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. I was a little scared to paint with the paint pen just because they can be a little unpredictable sometimes, but it ended up being okay, thankfully. And with that, we're done with the first shoe. Oh, well, actually, added in a little bit of like fog or fog, I guess, I don't know, around the mountain because I felt like it needed a little bit of something else. And then we're done with the shoe and on to the next one. And for this one, I actually really wanted to have a silhouette of the company on this side, but I I was originally going to try and sketch it out, but it was just way too small for me to be able to actually get it to where you could tell who they were and what it was supposed to be. So I ended up just printing it really small and cutting it out, and then I'm gonna Mod Podge it onto the side here, and then paint the background to kind of blend it in a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing right now, trying to match it up some and paint the background. And once I felt like it was matched up fairly well, I got out my Mod Podge and then I put some on the shoe and tried to glue it on there. I put glue over like the whole thing, slathered it on top, under, oh, under like every surface, because I did not want that thing coming off. And then I set it aside to dry, and then came back and added in some more, a little bit more paint. and found a little stray corner over there that I had to add more glue to. And then I did this tongue gray to add your little heart. And now onto this side. I actually sketched out where I wanted to put the logos, the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, but then I ended up covering it up with paint anyway, so there was really no point to that. Oh well, I guess. But I wanted it green to be behind the Hobbit logo and then like gray behind the Lord of the Rings logo, so then I tried to blend them together there. And I'm actually pretty happy with how that turned out too. Next I went in with that brown again and went around around the paintings, I guess, at the edge of them. It was really hard to get used to this paint. I had never actually used fabric paint to paint before. Like, I had used it with stencils to put like words on a shirt or something, but I never actually tried to paint something with it. And it would like soak into the fabric and like spread, and it was really hard to get like straight lines. Like when I was reading the Hobbit hole, to do that circle. But I eventually got used to it and got a little bit better, so that's good. And I also painted the end piece gray again. I don't know, again, I don't know shoe anatomy. Like, do these even all have names? I don't know. But here I'm doing the gray again. And, don't want to bore you with all of that again because that took forever. And I had paint all over my hand by the end of it also. So again, magic. The other side's done. Also, please try and ignore my head popping in every once in a while. I'm really bad about it when I'm doing anything with like small detail. I feel like I have to get really close and I don't know why, and I need to work on that because it really annoys me when I accidentally get my head in videos. I'm sure it probably annoys some of you too, so. But yeah, here I am trying to do the logos, which again was very like painstakingly slow. I had to like get a little bit of paint and barely do it and then get a little bit more paint and barely shit because I don't have any super tiny paintbrushes. And then I went over it with paint pen and then back around the letters with an ink pen just to like define them a bit more. And I did the exact same thing with the Lord of the Rings logo, except I tried to go in with the paint pen first and that ended up being a bad idea. So then I went back to my paintbrush. The paint pen again was like spreading. Except it didn't seem to do that when I did the paint first. So I don't really know why. But yeah. And then I had originally done the, of, and the in black, but I ended up changing it to white because I thought it popped more. And you'd be able to see it better. And that, they are done. Yay! All that hard work finally paid off, So with that, I just thank you so much for watching. Hope you like how the shoes turned out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all soon. Live long and prosper.